Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Gold and silver, platinum and palladium are all up. And you'll probably guess why. Let's explore. That's right. It is fascinating to see. Oh boy, the markets have taken a rebound, and typically this doesn't happen this time of year, but this isn't just any year. It's 2020, folks, 2020, and there's a pandemic that is wreaking its way across the nation and world. And the only reason why I say that is because the markets are reacting to it and what's going on in how governments and central banks are responding to it. And that's why you can probably guess why these prices are going up for gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. We're going to come back to this screen momentarily, but let's take a look at an article here from CNBC. And there we go. There's a reason. Gold has jumped over 1% and silver almost 3%. As surging virus cases renew stimulus hopes. That's right. It's all around the old COVID as the reasons in this article from CNBC. Gold has gained more than 1% on Tuesday, bolstered by expectations of more coronavirus relief aid in the United States as mounting COVID-19 cases renewed concerns over the pandemic's economic toll. Spot gold was up 1.4% at $1,852.36 as of the writing of that article here, and U.S. gold futures settled up 1.3%. There is the possibility of getting stimulus passed, and that is what the gold market has been waiting for, said Jeffrey Sika, founder of Circles Squared Alternative Investments. That's right, more money printing, more handouts, and obviously a lot of this will hopefully go to small businesses, but obviously will go to individuals and everything like that and the like, because of governors shutting down restaurants and things and all that stuff, which we've seen before, and they're doing it again. But this time, it could have a more permanent impact on some. So all of these measures of stimulus may not help, especially restaurants that have barely squeaked by after the first shutdown, and they're getting hit again. To me, it's just unnecessary. In retrospect, when you look back, we should have never shut down in the first place. When we really take into account and consider what the nature of this virus is. And again, I'm not downplaying the virus. We know it's a real thing, and we should be careful. We should use common sense. And I agree that there should be guidelines, and those guidelines can change and shift, but that's what they should be, guidelines. There should not be requirements. There should not be any shutdowns, in my view. But notwithstanding, the markets react to this kind of news and to what governments do and what is happening here with this. Most people have come to terms with the fact that the vaccine will stop the next wave, but will have very little to do with the current wave. That's right. So the Pfizer vaccine, which is just released, it's already been spread out across the nation. It's amazing how fast. You know, the warp speed part of the President Trump's initiative is something that was amazing that it could be done in less than a year and be approved. But there's some concerns and some legitimate concerns there. But the amount of how quickly it has been distributed to areas and hospitals, not only in major cities, but also secondary cities and tertiary towns or tertiary cities. So big cities, medium-sized cities are all starting to get this vaccine. So that's pretty impressive, I would say. And a staggering COVID-19 U.S. death toll put pressure on lawmakers to roll out relief aid, buoying optimism around a $1.4 trillion bill. Gold, regarded as a hedge against likely inflation and currency debasement, has risen 22% so far this year amid the unprecedented stimulus unleashed globally. We're going to talk about that in a future video about, where we're going as a nation, which is really where we've been going before, but this is taking it to yet another level. Surging infections also led to tighter restrictions being imposed in the Netherlands, Germany, and London. A weak dollar further enhanced appeal for greenback-denominated bullion. Investors also awaited the U.S. Federal Reserve's meeting starting on Tuesday, with the central bank expected to maintain interest rates at near zero. Gold has resistance at $1,879 an ounce, with a close above $1,894 level, gearing prices to go up to $1,920, said Philip Streibel, chief market strategist at Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Silver jumped 2.7% to $24.45 an ounce, and palladium gained 1.9% at $2,336.62. And we'll look at those numbers closely. Silver's dual role as a precious metal and an industrial metal makes it more appealing during times when economic activity is expected to rebound, said Fawad Razakzada, market analyst at Think Markets. And I do agree with that. I think silver, honestly, folks, because of its dual nature, I think it's going to do well no matter what happens. I really do believe that, which means that there is a potential that the gold to silver ratio could narrow somewhat, not a lot, not like crazy, but I think because of its dual role, I think we could see the gold to silver ratio narrow. And case in point, what is always the case, silver is more volatile than gold. And we see that on the way up as well as the way down. So what is happening to silver right now? It's up now 2.64% as of the recording of this video here. We can see it's comfortably above $24.50 for the ask price. And gold is up well over $1,850 for gold, up $26.60. And so it's reacting. The markets are reacting this late in the year. And I forgot what my predictions were for the end of the year. But they've probably been surpassed, is my guess right now. And we'll see how this plays out. If something is signed, I believe we'll see these numbers increase even more if it's actually signed by the president for the end of the year. We'll certainly find out in due course. But look at platinum and palladium. Those metals are up as well due to this news, which is a little bit strange because they are definitely more industrialized metals. But palladium up $2,356, up $20, and the platinum has the biggest move of all the precious metals, 2.79% increase, $28 up higher to $1,040, comfortably above that $1,000 level. Platinum, the metal that I've been bullish about for quite a while, and there's a handful of us out there that are pretty bullish on platinum and are fairly happy with the purchases we've made of platinum in the last year here. So there you have it. That's a little market update for this year or for this day, and getting closer to the end of the year for sure. And we'll see how this all plays out. But that's fascinating indeed. And what does that tell us? That tells us that it is a good time to be holding precious metals. And I believe it's always a good time to hold precious metals no matter what, even when they're down and out. Because you hold on to them only for times of emergency. And typically there's less of an emergency or less of a concern when the economy is doing well, so the prices go down. And if you have to sell and you have a personal emergency when the prices are down, it can be discouraging, maybe, but that all depends on how you protected yourself. You protect yourself and how you purchase gold and silver during those times and during all times. And so that's really the bottom line. But nonetheless, it's a good time to hold precious metals. And when the prices go up like this, maybe it's time to hold off on buying a whole lot of precious metals when the prices jump up like this and wait for the next dip if it comes, or it could keep going higher. You never know. That's the thing. That's the sort of the conundrum we're dealt with precious metals. The HODL, the FUD, all the other acronyms that you can muster up, psychologically speaking. And so we'll see how it plays out. But there you go. Gold up well over 1.4%. Silver up well over 2.6%. And it is an interesting day, to say the least, as the government continues to excitedly print more and digitize more dollars to hand out. And as we go through yet another horrible and devastating shutdown procedures in many of these states. But there you have it. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate this video, which I very much appreciate. Share the video to other platforms out there that you can think of. That'd be very much appreciated. And hit that little bell notification. That little bell notification has been working a little bit better as of late. Can't promise it'll always work, but it'll let you know when a new video is posted for those that are interested. And I appreciate all of those who do watch my videos on a daily basis, especially. Comment on this video. Yeah, go ahead and type a little something on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like this when you do it. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? You hear that? That's what it sounds like when you type. And after all of that said and done, if you're still here, go ahead and subscribe as well.